Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. It's Friday, April 16th, and it's kind of raw out here. Rainy and wet, cold here in the Catskills, like in the 40s, but it is, it's April 16th. Where's the warm weather? Every year it's the same way here in the Catskills. April. Last year we had snow in May, all right? So, to be expected. So, another incredible week for JRE, the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. This week, Ali Makovsky on Tuesday, the young female comic. Jack Carr, the Navy SEAL author, was on Wednesday. Yesterday, Katie Spots, that endurance athlete, she crossed the Atlantic in a boat by herself. So what does it say here? Katie Spots, an endurance athlete, author, and philanthropist. Yeah, she's a philanthropist also. She's the only American to have rowed solo from Africa. What does it say here? From Africa to South America. Incredible woman. Really good podcast. Interesting. And today, Colleen, what's his name? Colin, or is it Colleen? Colleen Noir. Colleen Noir is a Second Amendment advocate, attorney, and firearms enthusiast. Okay, he's a right wing guy, but he's fucking cool. He's been on Rogan 2 or 3 times. Really smart, intelligent. And by the way, he's a gun guy, and he made me kind of listen. That's a long, complicated thing. Gun. I'm not a gun enthusiast at all, but I'm sort of pro Second Amendment. But I believe in some sort of regulation with assault weapons. Blah blah blah. But anyway, listening to him, you hear the other side. He's really good. Okay, what I wanted to talk about is Joe with Ali Makovsky. Actually, he is. I had it set up here. Hold on, just one sec. Anyway, what I wanted to say, I had to find this. Sorry for the pause there. Joe Rogan reveals his new comedy club in Austin, Texas. He's been talking about this for quite a while now. And, Joe Rogan's got big bucks now, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He's opening up a comedy club in Austin, Texas. Check this out.
There's going to be a whole comedian's bar, like the back bar of the store that I'm setting up. I'm making it so that it's as welcoming and as fun for comics as possible.
Joe Rogan gave Ali Makovsky the scoop on his new comedy club that he is opening up in Austin, Texas. This conversation happened on episode 1633 of the Joe Rogan Experience and had a lot of new information about his comedy club. Joe Rogan hasn't talked a lot about his new comedy club, so it was pretty cool to see him open up about it on this episode.
To
some extent.
You can, to some extent. Joey was not a Hollywood guy.
You talk about Joey Diaz.
Once he became successful
moved back
with
to
his
Jersey.
podcast and stand-up, he does not like that acting world of dealing with, people that are, let's just be kind and say disingenuous. He would get so angry. He fucking hated them.
Yeah.
He would get so mad. These fucking actors. He would just get so furious. Because he's just this former criminal. He's an ex-con, he's a felon.
He's fucking out.
Can't relate to the pretty boys.
You can't relate to bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. It's just bullshitters.
Mm-hmm.
Joe should turn on the light there. The new studio. Is that cool?
Weird environment.
He turned off the lights.
Do you know if he's doing
neon?
shows out there or if he's laying low?
Yeah, he's been doing shows. Yeah.
How often are you able to get up out here?
As much as I want. During the Chappelle shows, we're doing quite a few. I do regular shows in town here.
Yeah.
But right now I'm busy
I'm
trying to get the club up and running. And once the club gets up and running, once all the pieces are in place, it's quite a project. The idea of starting a comedy club.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of work.
It does seem like a lot of work, but it also seems exciting, right? Because it's like something where you're starting it from the ground up. So it's this completely new thing, and it can kind of go a lot of different ways, and a lot of different things can happen. And it's that new things, completely new things where you don't know what's going to happen one way or the other. Those things are very exciting.
Yep.
It's scary.
Is it?
But it's exciting.
Are there different rooms in there, or is it one main?
Can't even talk about it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Because some incorrect information is leaked out, but there's a confidentiality agreement in place until the.
Earn your degree.
Sorry. Okay, I'll put the whole thing in the comment section. So, I knew about this. It's just incredible how big Joe Rogan is now. I've been following Well, I first heard about Joe from the UFC. You know, I saw him. He started as back. Actually, he was interviewing fighters in the back room. This was like 1996, 1997, and I didn't know who he really was then. But I kind of remember him, and I just thought he was just a really nice guy. Just you could tell, you know, and. I remember, I forget who it was, one of the fighters early on, the name, can't really think of it, but he was like all nervous in the background. He goes, oh man, I look like shit. And Joe Rogan was like, no, you look good. I could just tell that he was a good guy, you know, so. And then, like 99 or 2000, yeah, he was on Howard Stern. Remember, he came out with that one album called Pumping Up. I actually, it's in my, one of my playlists here. Joe Rogan's funny as hell. With he and Brian Callen, they do a sketch about working out, like it's a homosexual rape and working out. Yeah, it's really funny. And Howard Stern loved it. He used to play it all the time, and he had him as a guest. And then I didn't like the Fear Factor. Fast forward, didn't like the Fear Factor at all. In fact, I've never seen a complete episode, so I thought that was garbage. And then 2009, I was there in the beginning. I heard Joe. I heard the news that Joe was starting a podcast. I happened to be there that first day, and then there you go. I've listened to almost every single podcast since 2009. I haven't missed a single episode in 4 or 5 years. Whatever. I listened to the whole thing, even if I'm not interested in the subject, like say hunting. I'm not interested in that, but I'll listen to it anyway. All right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. What do you think? Joe Rogan's a big deal now. Tabor Talk.